Bueno, vamos a intentar jugar a esto, que se me da fatal jugar a nada. Al principio le voy a hacer caso a lo que me diga y luego ya veremos lo que va pasando. No se me da muy bien jugar ni los comandos, así que a lo mejor mareo un poco. Y bueno, también me voy a marear yo porque quizá tengo que dejar el juego porque ya me ha pasado varias veces que me he mareado y he tenido que dejar el juego.
In a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Bueno, pues vamos a hacerle caso. A ver, por lo que han dicho, se le puede hacer caso, no hacer caso, pero de momento voy a hacer caso a lo que me diga y voy a seguir las órdenes. A ver, ahí. Como veréis, llevo un poquito mal esto de abrir puertas y tal. Pues no. Parece que no se abre.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Venga. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36.
Effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
A ver, la 217, es que no sé cuál es la 217. A ver, 217... no tengo mucha... aquí. 3, 4, 5, 6,
Great. Now,
7.
go click a few times on door 437.
Unas veces a la puerta. 400... ¿Qué? ¿437 era? Ah, me he perdido. Esta es la mía. Ay, está cerrada. Nada, vamos a seguir con... Ah, es esta.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. Pues allá voy, 415. Diecisiete, 416, 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. Vale, vuelvo a... Uy, se me ha quedado el café. Ay, por Dios. ¿Qué querrá de mí? 4, 3, 7, 4, 2, 8, 4, 3, 3. Aquí. Vamos a darle más rato.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Vale, ¿dónde está la fotocopiadora? Aquí.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Parece que estamos llegando a algo. No sé si será un logro o me van a decir que soy imbécil. Yo creo que me van a decir que soy imbécil.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Vale. Vale. 18. ¿Cuál es? ¿Este? Vale.
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Vale, pues me voy a la 416 a golpear un poquito más. A ver dónde está la 416. Ay, Dios mío, era para el otro lado. A ver, 417, 416.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Creo que me está tomando el pelo un poco. ¿Dónde está la fotocopiadora? Me he perdido, tío. Vale, aquí parece que está.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
Vale, vamos a la puerta.
Yeah!
¡Ah!
We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Ay, la madre que me parió, ¿en serio? ¿Era un logro? Bueno, vamos. Bueno, vamos a jugar como se supone que se tiene que jugar. Aunque me va a costar un poquito seguir el camino. A ver, me ha dicho que vaya a la sala de reuniones. Vale. Uy, qué rápido he llegado, ¿no?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oye. Ah, pues nada, vamos a por la puerta a la izquierda. A ver. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Sigo el camino? Uy, por aquí. Sala de reuniones vacía.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Bueno, pues vamos a ver dónde está la oficina de mi jefe. Por aquí. Ah, mira, un armario. Vamos a meternos. Siempre me han gustado los armarios.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Seguro que hay algo. Venga, tú puedes.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Seguro que hay algo. A ver. Uy, Un cartón en el suelo.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
A ver, hay cinta, hay herramientas.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Mira una escoba.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Un cubo para fregar. Yo estoy bien aquí dentro.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Pero yo estoy bien en el armario. Con las pocas ganas que tengo de hacer nada.
This is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
¿Qué va? Si estoy aquí, genial.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh, mi tío me está insultando, a ver que lo parió.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Vale. Creo que quiere que salga por el pasillo. Y no parece que vaya a hablar más. Pues voy a salir.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
¿Seguro?
You too? Unbelievable. You're at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Bueno, parece que se ha enfadado. Nada, vamos a seguir. A ver, tenía que ir al despacho del
Coming
jefe.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Gracias. Vamos a ver la oficina del jefe. ¿Cuál es la oficina del jefe? ¿Esa es la oficina del jefe? Ah, no, es el baño. La oficina del jefe estará por el otro lado. Esto es la oficina del jefe. ¡Uy! ¿Qué es esto? Ah, no, es por aquí por donde he entrado, la madre que me parió. Qué torpe soy. Aquí está la secretaria que no está. Pues esto tiene pinta de la oficina.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. 2. Ajá. 2, 8. 4.
Stanley
5.
just settled, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley
Uy,
happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
a ver. Uy, ¿qué mierda es esto? Vale, aquí no hay nada. Por aquí. Uy, un botón. No sé dónde estoy yendo. Uy, pantalla de carga. A ver, ¿dónde me lleva esto? A ver, de momento no he hecho nada en absoluto productivo. Me he dedicado a mirar paredes, a intentar abrir puertas, a meterme en un armario. Así que no sé, espero que me espere algo más interesante
Descending
ahora.
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
A ver si puedo salir. A ver, si sale por aquí. Hostia, pero que no veo nada. O sea, no estoy viendo absolutamente nada. No sé si es porque estoy como ciega o por...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ah, pues por ahí. Es que no veo nada. No sé si es la luz que me da en la pantalla o qué, pero no veo nada. Uy, una mesa. ¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Le doy al botón? Pues le voy a dar al botón.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Bueno, vamos a seguir el pasillo. A ver, hay una cámara. Pues era darle a este botón.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Uy, han
Each
despedido a
bore the
alguien.
number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Y a mí me han despedido por lo que parece porque ponía fired. Vamos a ver. A ver, otro botoncito.
This mind control facility,
Mira,
it was
aquí
too
despedida.
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Puede ser. Vamos a probarlo.
No.
Uy.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Enceguecido. Cegado será, ¿no? A ver, ¿para dónde? ¿Ya puedo salir? Vamos a
Here
intentarlo.
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
¿Cómo se hace esto? ¿Qué tengo que darle? No sé qué tengo que darle. Muy bien. Pero voy a bajar la persiana porque creo que no estoy viendo nada. Aquí hay otra máquina. Ah, mira. ¿Esto es para destruir? No. A ver, no sé dónde tengo que ir. Si me da una pista porque soy un poco torpe. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Disable? Ah, no, no funciona. ¿Esto por dónde he venido? Ah, mira, aquí. 1, 2. Ay, me he metido por abajo. Me cago. Si os digo que de verdad no estoy viendo absolutamente nada. Vale, ahora estoy mirando al techo. Vale. Vale. Creo que ahí puede haber cosas. No, eso es lo que le he dado antes. Vale. Ahora sí que veo la sala por lo menos. Antes no veía nada. A ver, aquí hay unas escaleras. Vale, aquí me están dejando irme. Aquí... Vale, vaya por Dios.
And when at
Pues voy a
last he found the
pararla.
source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Pues adiós.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated
¿Qué
the
es eso?
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Me
No
quiero
longer
ir,
would
pero no
anyone
me
tell him where to
dejan.
go, what to do, or how
No,
to feel.
voy a dejar de dar vueltas porque me voy a
Whatever
marear.
life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Ah,
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
muy bien, Stanley. Bueno, parece que ha acabado, que es un final, pero vamos a ver si hay más finales. Ahora vamos a desobedecerlo, no sé en qué momento pasaré de él. Supongo que en el momento de subir las escaleras o algo así pasaré de él. Y a ver a dónde me lleva el ignorarle. ¿Mm? A
I
ver...
can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Dice otra cosa. Pero no hay nadie. A ver...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Venga, le voy a hacer caso. A ver, no sé. Creo que no hay nada distinto. ¿No? Vale, la sala de juntas.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
¿Ves? Ahora voy a ir a la... Voy a ir a lo de... A ver, si me dice algo, si me meto aquí otra vez.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
No te preocupes. Me voy para afuera. Y ahora me dice que suba, ¿no?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, me voy para abajo. A ver qué hay para abajo. Aquí no hay nada. No. A ver. Bueno, pues vamos por aquí. Uy, un coche.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself,
Otra vez lo
I'll
mismo.
wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
¿Qué dices?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Buena pregunta.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
¿Y cómo lo probaría?
This was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
No me dejas hacer nada, cabrón. Déjame irme. Hola, pues estoy en el mismo sitio. Muy bien.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Joder.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, ¿quién? Mariela.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Muy bonito, precioso. Bueno, pues este es otro final. Otra vez estoy aquí. Bueno, vamos a ver. Está todo
All of
igual.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A ver. A ver desde dónde empiezo a pasar de él. Desde aquí, ¿no?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Pues he
This
ido
was
a la
not the
derecha.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
A ver. Me voy a seguir por aquí. A ver qué hay. No hay nada. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. A ver.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Bueno, no está mal. Anda que no hay café tirado por el suelo.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Vale, pues me voy por aquí.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Venga, voy a hacerle caso. Ay, que me he liado.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Ah, vale. He hecho caso.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Que no me dejan meterme. Jo, qué cabrones.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Vale. A ver. ¿Puedo ir al baño? Eso. No. ¿Se ha abierto? ¡Oh! Se ha abierto. A ver. Joder, qué lavabo, ¿no? Money is in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crispy. Tengo dinero. Joder, pedazo de baño, ¿no, tío? Uy, ¿qué es esto? Vaya por Dios, ¿qué es esto? A ver, vamos a darle al botón. Con musiquita. Pues nada, parece que no paro de bajar. Quiero salir de aquí. No sé, no puedo salir. Ah, vale. Coño ya. Hola. ¿Estoy en el mismo sitio? ¿O es otro sitio? O sea, acabo en el mismo sitio. En serio.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be?
A ver.
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
A ver. Pues nada, vamos a hacer caso. Bajando, bajando. Uy, oh, es verdad, no me acordaba que era una pantalla de carga. Pues aquí estamos. El encierro me está afectando ya. Estoy jugando a videojuegos que no juego nunca. A ver. Veo fatal, tío.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Siempre giro para el lado que no es. A ver. ¿Qué quieren que haga ahora? Bueno, tengo que darle botones porque no tengo mucha elección aquí.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
A ver. Vale, otro botón.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature
104 es el que está
Each
despedido.
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Vale.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Monos.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
A ver si puedo...
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that
Vamos a
this
probar
machinery
y
would
le voy
never
a dar
again exert its
a
terrible power over another
on.
human life. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Parece
After
ser que
they
sí.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Sí, ¿quieres el control?
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's
Vaya.
emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Genial.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
No,
It's
joder.
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers
Sí.
are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Estaría bien.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
¿Se fueron a
I
casa o qué?
erased them.
Oh,
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
joder.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
¿Por qué?
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Para que me sigas hablando. Qué pesado.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Sí, quizá no, pero paso.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing
No.
in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh,
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30
no voy a
seconds until
resistir.
a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh, petó todo. A tomar por saco. Vamos a ver ahora qué me depara el futuro. Venga, ahora lo voy a ignorar
Already this
totalmente.
was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Vale. Ahora se supone que tengo que hacer lo de siempre. Pero voy a pasar de ti. Pero vamos, un
When
cacho.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Efectivamente. Oh, qué
Wow.
bonita.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Genial.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Vale. Nothing to do here. No puedo hacer nada más aquí. Y puedo volver para atrás. Espérate. A ver... ¿Ya no? Pues nada, me voy a tirar. No hay forma de bajar, ¿no? Pues a tomar por saco. Voy a volar.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Pues nada, esto duró poco. A ver... Vamos a intentar abrir puertas o algo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
A ver si puedo hacer otra cosa diferente. Está todo cerrado igualmente. No, no se puede pasar ahí. A ver... No puedo hacer nada. Tengo que seguir el camino.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
A ver si...
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Vale.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Vale.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and
No.
got back on track.
¿A dónde me lleva esto? A ver si esto me lleva a un sitio diferente.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Por la izquierda.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No,
Bien, mamón.
the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Por aquí. Vale. Uy, no subas, baja. A ver. Ese es el final.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Vale. A ver dónde me lleva ahora. Está todo igual. Me ha cambiado nada aquí.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Vamos a intentar ir a la memo. Todo sigue igual. Oh, está encerrada.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on.
Juro que no.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Pues por aquí. Uf, yo qué sé. Madre mía. Me estoy perdiendo. Oye, cabrón. Ah, he vuelto a la misma.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh. Joder. Vale.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Voy. A ver, ahora no hay puertas.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
A ver. Sí. No hay nada, nada.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Muy bien. Okay.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Muy bien.
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
A ver.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Mira, jugando en solitario, trabajando. Vale, voy a seguir la línea. Joder.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Vale. Precioso. Bueno, ¿puedo seguir? Madre mía.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Ah, mira.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Madre mía. ¿Pero ahora tengo que seguir la línea o qué?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Vale, ¿y qué
intelligent
ahora?
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Venga.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Pues algo más emocionante que dar vueltas en círculo podría ser... Por Dios. Joder, no hay nada.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Otra vez la línea. A ver dónde me lleva. Ah, no. Se sube por el techo. Bueno, pues ya no tengo línea. A ver. ¡Uy!
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Ok.
Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
¿Aquí? The confusion ending.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
Sí.
You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Sí.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a